welcome back. I am your favorite ship relationship strategist, Marshawn Olaniyo, and we are talking about how to rebuild the trust within your relationship. Trust is another essential foundational piece to every relationship. If you do not have trust, you literally do not have a relationship, or at least a relationship that is going to add to your life, that is going to add to your well-being, that is also going to help you to get to the next level in your life, right? So when we talk about trust, we want to talk about a trusting partner as well as the trust that you have for yourself. So rebuilding trust has everything to do with the fact that, you know what? Like, why am I dealing with these things? Why am I putting up with these things? And so it starts with you trusting you. It starts with you trusting you, right? And so if you have not trusted yourself, then there is no way that you're going to be able to trust somebody else. That's the first thing. You have to get on board with trusting you, trusting your decisions, trusting your choices, trusting the way that you're showing up in the world, trusting your outfit that you have on, literally trusting everything about you, trusting the choice and partner that you made despite what others are saying, trusting the fact that you want to stay in the relationship with this particular person at this particular time in your life, or staying in the marriage with this particular person at this particular time in your life, owning up to your stuff. However, as I stated earlier, trust is easily given. It's super hard to get back once it's broken, but it is possible. If you truly want the relationship or the marriage with the person that you chose to be in relationship with, then it can work, but just know that it is going to take some work. So one of the first things we have to worry about and think about rather is to put everything that happened regarding the situation that broke the trust out on the table. You have to put everything out on the table in order to really begin your healing journey. Begin the healing journey not only with yourself, because you've probably been lying to yourself as well. And the longer that we start telling these lies, the more we start to believe the lies that we are telling, right? So you not only have to rebuild the trust within yourself and rebuild the trust in your relationship, you also have to come clean, not only with your partner, but come clean with yourself. And the reason why this is so important, because if you don't get down to the why you decided to break the trust in the beginning, then at some point, you may be doing good for months, you may be doing good for years, you may even be doing good for decades, but at some point, whatever happened for the trust to be broken will rear its ugly head once again. So you have to be willing to put everything out on the table, no matter how hard it is for the other person to hear, no matter how hard it is for you to verbalize it, because this is going to be the only way that you're able to not do said thing again, because now you are really aware of why you did this thing. And truth be told, some people do not realize or understand why they are doing some of the disgusting things that they are doing. That's the truth of the matter. Some people really don't know why they are doing the thing that they are doing, and yet they are doing it. That comes from because you don't know why. What is your why? Why are you doing all of the things that you're doing? This is why it's so important for you to put everything out on the table with you and your spouse. This is what happened. You already know the outcome because you got busted or whatever. So the outcome is already out there, meaning the thing actually occurred. But now, why did it occur? Why did that thing occur? And this is the thing that so many people are missing, which is why you have these repeat offenders. When it comes to whatever the thing is that broke the trust, keeps occurring. Maybe you keep saying that you're going to stop drinking, and yet you keep sneaking drinks. You're hiding drinks. Maybe you said that you're going to not be a cheater anymore, and yet, in fact, somebody comes around, that temptation is there, Instead of you strong arming the temptation, you fall right into it, the trap once again. But it's because you don't know why you're doing the thing, and or won't even accept why you're doing that thing. So put everything out on the table. The second thing is, whoever broke the trust, whoever was the person that broke the trust, must be able to apologize, and apologize with sincerity. You have to be able to look your partner in the eye, whether you touch them, hold them, whatever the thing is, so you can say, you know what, I did X, Y, and Z. Let's go with drinking. I know that I have been drinking. I've been drinking excessively, and I keep saying that I'm going to stop drinking, and yet I find ways to drink. Whether it's hiding, right? You're just divulging all this information, right? I am a work in progress. I am apologizing for this act, but I also want you to be aware of what you are willing to stick around for, what we are trying to mend. This is what we are trying to mend together. But I want to be completely honest, put everything out on the table, so there are no more secrets, because the secrets is what's got us here from the beginning. Me sneaking to go drink, me sneaking down to the bar, me sneaking and hiding alcohol in my trunk, me sneaking and going to my friend's house, whatever the thing is. When I should have been in AA, I wasn't there. I was telling you that I was going to AA, but I was going down to the bar. Like, whatever your dirty little secrets are, gotta put them out there. And then apologize with sincerity. Because the apology is one of the first things that needs to occur in order for the healing process to begin. Not only with yourself, forgiving yourself, but also for your spouse to be able to forgive you. In order for your partner to be able to forgive you. So they can really see who and what they are dealing with, and not hiding behind anything, not allowing the mask to take over anything or anywhere. The third thing is to make sure that the both of you understand one another. Now, what that really means is that this is different for everybody. Some people can have a short conversation, which means like one conversation, which is only 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Have that one conversation, and because of your openness, because of your honesty, because of you laying everything out on the table, they understand exactly where you're coming from. It's not to say that they approve of it. It's not to say that they are thinking that, okay, this was right, I should accept said behavior because they put everything out on the table. Nope. It's just to say, now I understand these three factors is what was going on. I understand why this was happening. But also being open to understanding your partner's side as well, which is the person that got offended. Got to understand their shoes and why they can't trust you just out the gate anymore. Because said behavior has been happening. It may have stopped, but then here it goes again. And then it stopped. And so now they're just in a pattern. They're just waiting for which side of the roller coaster they are on with you. So this could be a short conversation. It may be a lengthy conversation. This conversation may keep taking place week after week, month after month, because something about what you are saying they cannot comprehend. So rebuilding the trust is really going to take all of both of y'all patience with one another, especially if you want their relationship or marriage to work with the person that you chose. You both have to be willing to allow your guards to come all the way down, allow those walls to fall and tumble and get down into little pebbles. Because once the trust is broken, it is really hard to get it back. It can absolutely come back, but it's absolutely going to take both of your patience. Both of your patience. Now, if you're looking to connect with me outside of Love Restored, I highly recommend that, specifically if you are a Black woman, to join my Facebook group, where I am giving more tips, tools, and strategies even more often. It is reasons why Black women love themselves and their man. Facebook group. Go ahead, send me a request, and you get a special gift by just signing up for my Facebook group. So go ahead and look for the Facebook group, and I will see you over there even more often than here. Now, let's finish up how to rebuild the trust in your relationship, which is, we are on number 4. One of the biggest signs to say that you can be retrusted by your spouse or partner is the behavior. Have there been changes in your behavior? And specifically, the behaviors that you were exhibiting that led to you breaking said trust before. Have those particular behaviors changed? And the reason why this must happen in order for the trust to continue to grow and build and rebuild is because the person that you dishonored needs to see evidence of your honesty. And when they see the evidence of your honesty, they feel more reassured that they are choosing the correct thing to do for them, which is to stay with you. So you have to eradicate the behaviors that led to you being mistrusted. So if you're an alcoholic, you literally have to get rid of all of the alcohol. You have to stop hanging around the crowd that was feeding into you wanting to drink. Maybe that also means not going out to the bar at all. Maybe that means not going to happy hour. So whatever behaviors led you down the road of being distrusted, you have to eradicate them as if they were never a part of your life. And now you have to replace those behaviors with new behaviors. And so if I was your partner or spouse and I was calling you all the time, right? Checking up on you, just saying hi, but then it led to something else, which means you getting caught doing something. I should be able to pick up the phone, call you, FaceTime you, whatever. Number one, you not get angry or irritated by it, because remember, this rebuilding of trust is going to take patience. But then also, me being able to witness who and what your environment looks like without you feeling like a child. Because I have to be able to trust you. And this is one of the ways for me to be able to trust you without me having to physically be with you day in and day out. So you can still have your freedom. But I need evidence that you are being honest. So me as the person that's been that you broke the trust with, I have to see it. And you can't be mad at me wanting to see it, especially if y'all both say that y'all want to stay together. You have to be patient and open and honest and suck it up at this point, because you said you want to be with this person, so you got to suck it up. Number 5, you have to evaluate your entire relationship. You want to evaluate the situation that happened and why it happened, and get deep and down into it, and so you can get down to the why, so it doesn't happen again. Absolutely. But you don't want to stop there. You want to, both of you, evaluate your entire relationship for the areas of weakness. Now, what that is maybe you guys were not spending enough quality time together. So now, if that is an area of weakness, you need to figure out how to spend more quality time together. And that does not just mean being in the room with the person. That does not mean just being in the house with the person. That means conversing. That means like cuddling. That means maybe playing games together. That means having sex. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But maybe quality time was your thing. So now you need to figure out how to pen, not pencil. Pencil can be erased. Pen in your partner quality time. Maybe it was you needed more touching. You didn't get touched enough. So now you have to figure out new behaviors. And even if it's something that is not natural for you to do, you need to continue to start doing it more and more. all of this is evidence of changed behavior. All of this is evidence of he actually does want to be with me. All of this is evidence of you saying enough is enough, and this new behavior is nothing compared to me not being with my partner, not being with my spouse. I am willing to do whatever it takes in order to make sure that I continue to have a relationship or marriage with this person. So is it important enough for you to do that? Is it important enough for you to do that? You have to evaluate all the areas of your life to look for the weaknesses. I wrote down a couple questions that you want to ask. The first one is the rest of your relationship in order? It's usually not, but check it anyway. The second one is quality time. Again, I brought that one up. The third one is arguments. Are you guys constantly arguing over the same thing? That's a sign that there are areas of weakness in your relationship. The last thing I wanted you to evaluate is feelings of things being unfair. So are there anything, or is there anything in your relationship that feels unfair? And then you guys write them down, converse about them, try to figure out if you can resolve them outside of help. However, if you cannot, then absolutely get some help. Coach, therapist, trusted friend, pastor, wherever you at, but you got to get some help. Again, this is one of the ways that it's going to work, where the trust is going to start to be rebuilt. It's not going to happen overnight, because the broken trust didn't happen overnight. Even if you feel like the act of whatever is what happened, that still didn't happen overnight. It was a period of time of things happening. Things just going, things happening over and over again. Okay, so the sixth thing is we have to avoid dwelling in the past. The only thing that dwelling in the past is going to do is keep you in the doggone past. And none of us can go back. None of us can go back. So you have to avoid bringing up the betrayal over and over again, especially when you get mad. Just stop it altogether. But there's no way that you can bring it up when you are mad, because that really means that you didn't forgive me. You're just throwing it up in my face again. So how do you really expect the healing to start to really take place and take root? It's not going to take root if you keep throwing up the whatever, the indiscretion, the lie, the actual situation that happened. None of that is helping either one of you get to the next level. It's not helping either one of you. The last and final thing is to decide to forgive your partner, but also decide to forgive yourself. A lot of people think that forgiveness is all about the other person, or even asking for forgiveness and you will be forgiven. That's not really true. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for your sanity. Forgiveness is for you to be able to move forward in your life. So no one is controlling your life, and you don't even realize that they're controlling your life, right? You have to be willing to forgive everybody, because literally in the good book, the Bible, God says, how do you expect for me to forgive you if you haven't even forgiven your brother? So you gotta forgive everybody, especially if you want to be forgiven by God yourself. You have to. It does not even matter what this person did, what this person said, what they didn't do. It don't even matter. I know there have been a lot of pains, a lot of traumas, a lot of things that we believe as humans should not have occurred in this thing we call life, and specifically to ourselves. but they did happen. It's a part of your story. It's a part of your life. And you have to still be willing to forgive everybody for all of the sick things, because we don't have to forgive them for the good things, right? We got to forgive them for the things that we feel that they have wronged us on. And that doesn't make us feel good, and we don't believe that being wronged is a good thing. We think it's a sick thing. We think it's something that they should have did, or why did they choose me? It was supposed to happen. Whether you believe that or not, it was supposed to happen. It was a part of your story, which is why you went down the road that you did, and why you didn't listen to your inner voice, because it was supposed to happen. And I know that sounds a little woo. I get it. That's fine. But it's a part of your story. And until you forgive him and yourself, you will be stuck on that merry-go-round of frustration, of harboring resentment, of not feeling connected to one another, all because of you. And I'm saying you because you only have control over you. Your spouse or partner has control over themselves. We cannot control anybody but ourselves. We can't even control our babies. I know we feel like we want to, or we can. Yes, there is a period of time that we are controlling them, which is in their training phase, and the way that we are trying to train them in the way that they should go. Absolutely. But even out of our sight, we can't control what they do. The only person that you have control over is yourself. That's it. So you can choose to forgive and start to rebuild the trust, or you can choose to not forgive and walk away. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. But please hear me, because I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Please hear me that rebuilding the trust is going to take all of your patience. All of your patience. And that's okay. That's okay. If you're willing to be there for the lifetime that you said I do and rebuild, and the both of you are actually trying, it can be done. But it's up to you.